Hello, 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 hello. My name is Claire. Welcome to my channel, Cool Claire ASMR. And welcome to ASMR art class. Today we will be painting pumpkins for Halloween. So, first, before we get started, let's go over the supplies you and I will need. First and foremost, we'll need a pumpkin. You can paint a pumpkin of any size, but I have chosen a smaller one. And also have dressed like a pumpkin today. Next, you will need paint. I have chosen acrylic paint, but you can use whatever you want, but I think this is probably the best. So I have that, and then this set. With 12 different colors. It's not required, but it's also helpful to have a palette to put your paint onto. As you can see, this one has been used. You also will need paint brushes. And last, some water in a cup to clean those brushes with. I also recommend some paper towel to squeeze out the paint from the brush. Alright, that is everything you will need. Let's get started. Alright, let's begin. So the first thing you really need to determine is what you're going to paint on your pumpkin. I think the simpler the design, the more likely it is to be successful. But don't let me limit you. You can do whatever your heart desires. However, I will be doing a more simple design. I have decided that I will be painting some ghosts on my pumpkin today. So, first, you need to determine what paint colors you will need. So I will be using this titanium white, as well as metallic black. And we're just going to start out with these two. If I want to add more colors as we go on, we can. So let's put our colors on our palette. I might be using this pearl white instead. Yep, okay, that one came out right out. So, pearl white instead, and metallic black. Okay, so my palette looks like that now. Move my pumpkin back. Alright, next you have to pick out the brushes you would like to use. So I want a kind of larger brush to paint the bodies of the ghosts, and a more like fine tip one for the details. So let's see. This one might work as well. We'll just have to try them out and see how they work. So I'm just going to wet the brush and dip into the white. Okay. Let's take a look at our pumpkin and think about how we want to space out everything. I'm just starting in the front. With a pretty simple ghost shape. And I'll show you what I'm doing. So that's what we have so far. And we're just going to continue with this general ghost shape around the pumpkin, just to get our base layer on there. And then we can work on the details together. So, in my last video was Halloween themed, and I asked you, what were you going to be for Halloween? But we're much closer now, so do you know? I've determined that I'm going to be Smokey the Bear for Halloween. Like that old advert to prevent wildfires. Because my name is Claire, and people throughout my life have called me Claire Bear, and I really like hiking and outdoors, so it just felt like a really fun costume for me to do. And we're not going to space out our ghosts too evenly, but in a way that looks neat. So I'm kind of moving down on the pumpkin now. And just seeing how it looks as we go along. As Bob Ross says, there's no mistakes, just happy accidents. So whatever we come out with will be perfect. It's not too serious. We're just having fun. So I still need to finish that costume. I need to paint on the Smokey on the hat I bought, but I'm pretty excited for that because it's like nice and cozy and perfect for, you know, the colder time of the year. Because I feel like I have a lot of ideas for costumes, but they're not weather appropriate for this time of year. Okay. So, if you do this at home, you can paint really anything you want. You could do witches or bats or ghosts like me. You can do something completely random. You could do like flowers. You could paint a monstrous face. There's a lot of cute ideas online if you're feeling stumped, but you would like to do this at home. And I think it's just nice to focus on something not so serious, because art should be for fun. It doesn't need to be serious. Unless you're like an art student or something, then I guess it's probably not as fun. But for me, art has always been a pretty peaceful thing. Just for fun. Just to relax and be creative. Okay, this side needs some more. And these shapes don't need to be uniform, just similar, but you know, the ghosts can be all different, like we're all a little different, but the same too. And I'm just trying to get the first layer down. Try not to smear it so much. Alright. good coverage of the ghost now. Let me bring it in so you can see a little bit better. Okay, I think I want one right there. Kind of just looks like white spots right now, but that's still cute. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. So let's take a look together. So what I have, I think one could go down here, but the pumpkin kind of sits kind of far down, so I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. So I think I just want to take my other brush and just try to get a more opaque look with these ghosts and just kind of shape them up a little bit. A softer brush, just more on the layer of the paint as it dries. And we're gonna add the little like end of the sheet. I'll show you, just to give like that shape. So we're just gonna clean these up a little bit with our other brush I picked out. And this one's, like I said, not as harsh as the other, so the paint can just dry or just glide over the first layer I put down that's already starting to dry. And you'll see what I'm doing as I continue to twirl the pumpkin around. But we're just going to work like we did the first time, from the top to the bottom. Like I said, these don't need to be perfect, but I do like things to look neat and, you know, kind of clean it up a little bit. You know, want to put our best foot forward for the trick-or-treaters that have worked hard on their costumes, and this pumpkin will be waiting to greet them. Alrighty. Don't think I've painted a pumpkin before. I've carved pumpkins a couple years, but I don't think I've ever painted one. Not that I can recall. But it seemed a lot less messy and slightly more relaxing than carving a pumpkin, because I just feel like that can be kind of hectic. Last year I carved pumpkins, and I did a Gengar pumpkin, like the Pokemon, and it turned out pretty good, but it was still kind of frustrating to not get exactly what I wanted, you know, but I'm kind of a perfectionist sometimes, but I'm trying to kick the tendency, because nothing can ever be perfect. I like the saying that it's like, finish is better than perfect, because if you want it to be perfect, then you'll never be done, kind of thing. And that's true, because nothing about our world is perfect. Maybe sacred geometry. But besides that, you know, everything has its flaws, and that's okay. Alright, I'm gonna keep moving around. And I'm also trying out fake eyelashes for the second time. I bought them for my Nurse Joy cosplay, which hopefully you all will see in a video. I want to do a roleplay video with Nurse Joy, and I'm working on that right now, so maybe next week or something I'll have that out. But I bought these fake eyelashes for that cosplay because she has her big, perfect anime lashes, so it only felt right to get some false lashes for the costume. And I quite like the way they look. You know, my natural eyelashes are pretty like turned down. Like they're kind of long, but they're turned down. They don't really want to go up, so it's kind of hard to get them to stay up even with mascara, which is fine, you know. They still look nice, but it's interesting to have like eyelashes this long and turned up for me. I like it. I think it looks nice. So, since I was kind of doing a costume for this video, dressing up like the pumpkin, I thought, why not put my new false eyelashes on as well. Okay, looks like we have a couple more on this side to get to. But we'll be adding the little eyeballs to our ghost friends soon. Okay. Alrighty. A couple more on this side. Okay. I think got like 4 more left, and then we got them all. But we'll take a look and make sure. So I think this year for Halloween, I might go to a Halloween party. My friend said that he was going to be hosting one, so I'm excited if that is still a thing. I don't know, we talked about it like a month ago, so who knows, but if that's still the case, I will be showing off my Smokey the Bear costume at that party. So I'm excited for that. Last year, of course, with the pandemic and everything, I did not do much. I just had a small party with like literally 3 other friends. So that was good, but I haven't done like a lot for Halloween in a while, so it would be fun to have a proper Halloween party. Okay, now let's take a look. Alright, I think we got them all. So we can move into the second phase. Let me get my little brush. And we're going to finally dip into the black paint and paint some details. So, nothing like too detailed. We're just going to do 2 eyes and a little mouth. Alright. Let's get started. So, to be very delicate. Okay. I'm like, I need to lean my arm on something. Okay, good. I got it. Like, very intense. You can see. Very carefully. Just a little slide of the hand. Ugh. My first one turned out a lot better than that one. Okay. There, that's better. Okay. Some of these are a little wonky. They're like, but that's okay. Like I said, we don't have to be perfect. It'll be cute either way. Something got in this ghost. Try to move it out the way. Some of their faces are really making me laugh. Okay. Okay, that one looks good. Alright, good. Okay. Yeah, the first one is like very dainty. I'm getting a little more sloppy with it. Okay, I think I found out the trick because that one turned out really think it might just be easier because these ghosts are like directly across from me. What I'm making sure I have a lot of paint on my brush so I can just gently tap it. Oh, that one's kind of winking. It works. We're just gonna go with it. Alright. Doop. Doop. And got another really good one. Okay, lift it up like this. Okay. One, two. And oh, I missed one down here. Okay, I think we got them all. Some wonky little faces. Alright. We are all finished with our pumpkin. Of course it needs to dry, but here is my design. So that is the end of art class today. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a very happy and safe Halloween. Good night. Good night.